you so much for spending time with me today. As you know, my name is Faith Johnson of LEHOSTHAIR Hair Company, and I am your hair and beauty expert, coming to you with not only expertise, but also with education. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so today we're taking a wig that looks like this, which is a simple 1B. It's a full lace wig, but we're going to take a full lace 1B wig and add some highlights. Okay, so now we're ready. The very first thing you want to do is you want to section off your wig. You want to make sure that you work very, very neat. So I kind of pull this hair back. You want to make sure that you don't randomly, go in there and just kind of grab pieces, but you want to be very systematic and very deliberate when you're putting in highlights. So what I've done is I've sectioned off in 3 pieces. This is 1, 2, and then 3. But fall to the front, and some of the colors can fall to. So now it's time to color. Let me tell you what you're going to need. This is the bleach that I use. It's called Cadus. I really, really like this. This is also a spin-off of Wella. Wella's a lot more expensive. This was like $18, $20 for this, which is still kind of high. But it's worth, me, working with chemicals, so we need our gloves. And 20 peroxide, we need foils, and you need your brush and your bowl. Let's get started. And I'm going to use about 1/4 cup of peroxide, and I use 1 scoop of my bleach, and I'm going to use my whisk because I want it to get real nice consistency. I'm going to put 1 more scoop because I want it just a little bit thick. You see, it's not as runny, okay? So it's thick like pancake batter, but it's a little thicker. I don't want it any thicker than that. You see 3 sections here, 1, 2, and then 3. But even in the 3, I have split it off to 2 sections, okay? I'm going to go into my first section, which is the back, and all the other hair that you do not want to color is totally out of the way. I'm going to use my rat tail comb to begin to section out my highlights. I'm just going to weave through the hair like that. As you see, I lift up all the hair that I do want to color, and I eliminate the hair that I don't want to color. Okay, and I take that hair, take my foil, and it really depends on you how heavy you want the highlights to be. You can go really, really thin, or you can go really, really thick. I'm going kind of like a medium. I'm going to begin to use my comb, my rat tail comb, and take out all the hair that I do want to color and eliminate the hair that I don't want to color. Now what I'm going to do with this one is, before I do that, I'm going to just hit my highlight, and I'm going to just put it on the bottom of the foil to make sure that the hair that I'm doing on the bottom, to make sure that that hair gets bleach on it as well. Because sometimes I've noticed with wigs, sometimes if you just do the top part, there's a lot of times that the bottom is not getting, or it looks like it's not colored good. And because this is a lot thicker, I really have to make sure that it's getting on both ends. Right here, I'm not going to color, so I'm just going to take this with my clip that together, and go to the next section. So I see you at the next section. I wanted to show you this at another angle. So I'm taking this rat tail comb, taking some hair up, taking some hair down, taking some hair up, some hair down, some hair up, some hair down, some hair up, some hair down, and you just repeat. Then you pull that out. Check the very first foil that I placed in to see how fast it's coloring. All hair colors a little differently depending on the elasticity. Okay, that's actually a great color and I like it. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to cause too much disruption in the curl pattern on that hair, so I'm just gonna rub the rest of this bleach out. Yep, looks like it's out, curly stay. But I wanted to show you that as you are coloring, you want to make sure, do not forget about the other hair that you've been coloring. So you kind of got to keep it, either I can kind of gauge mine by my own, you know, by timing it, how long it takes me. I kind of got a rhythm or method of how I work. But if you're not good with that and you can't tell, set your alarm clock or set something by you that'll let you know. I would say start checking within 10 to 15 minutes, especially those ends, because the ends are going to color a lot faster. You don't want to over process this hair, so you want to make sure that you're watching it, because if you don't watch it, before you know it, it'll be a different color than what you desired. So again, you just spray out all the bleach. Make sure it's nice and lubricated with the water. Then you just brush down, and as you see, there's the highlights. Okay, now that I got the color all where I want it to be, I'm going to rinse this immediately so it doesn't over process. And I'm going to get the inside of the wig to make sure if any color kind of seep down onto the neck. So basically, I always wrap my wigs in a towel. That is the best way to dry a wig. And I let it sit there maybe about 3 to 5 minutes. Nothing real long, but just enough to get all the water out. It's not dripping wet, so you want it sort of semi-dry. So that's why I let it sit in the towel for about 3 to 5 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna use a vent brush. Comb through, so that you can start seeing the highlights pop in. I'm gonna just kind of use my finger to give it some volume, and then I'm gonna scrunch it as I'm going. I'm just holding the lace just to kind of keep the wig from slipping off. Use my vent brush, give it some volume, pop it up, so that I can pop those waves back in. Okay? Kind of push some off of the hair, because that's the beauty of a full lace, is that it doesn't have to have. I'm gonna pull down some of the baby hairs and kind of set it. Spray bottle, I absolutely love it. The reason why I love a Cricut spray bottle is because it sprays, you see how it sprays straight stream, but then it's a spray, a real soft spray when you need it. So you just kind of slowly push it down like this, and you get a soft spray, and then you spray it hard and you get a strong spray. Favorite. 2 thumbs up, for real. So I'm just gonna spray it because I just want to mist it. And I'm misting it because I want to redefine these curls out, shaped and formed the way I want it to go. I'm now going to use my LEHOSTHAIR products. This is the crystal laminate. This is the Unlock. As anybody knows that you've been watching the videos, this is our #1 seller. This is an amazing product that helps your natural hair. It's great for human hair, and it's also great for wig hair. The reason why it's great for wig hair is because it will untangle impossible tangles. So if you've watched any other videos, matter of fact, I'm sure if you watch the link up there, if you go to that link, you can see how this amazing stuff got a matted, dirty, 1-year-old wig that was totally dried out and matted, how it got it completely untangled. So this is our #1 seller, and it's also great for takedowns for weaves. And when you wash your hair and you're trying to keep your hair underneath your wig really healthy, you want to have a leave-in conditioner because it adds moisture, especially if you kind of have a mixed culture, if you're black and white mixed. This is absolutely phenomenal for mixed hair texture, because mixed hair texture tends to they tend to use conditioner every day or every other day because they wash their hair so often. So you need a leave-in conditioner, something that's not too harsh, not too drying, but it seals the cuticle, it adds the moisture, and it helps you to comb through all those curls and waves. So this is amazing. Again, it is the Unlocked by LEHOSTHAIR, and you will not be disappointed. Trust me, trust me, trust me. We sell out of this stuff. They call it white crack, but it's really good. And so this is our spray laminate, and it adds a shine to the hair without it being too greasy. So I absolutely, this is the #1 for wig care. So what I do is every morning I take my wig, well, I don't take my wig off every morning. I just put my wig on in the morning. But before I take it off, I spray it with the crystal laminate to make sure I got the moisture in there so that it doesn't fluff up and become big. Now this wig, I haven't washed it. I usually wash my wigs once a month. This is a human hair wig. This is virgin hair. This wig is about 4 years old, and it is overdue for a wash. So with it being overdue for a wash, it still got body, but I use this every single day and every morning, okay? So basically what you're gonna do is you just basically, I'm gonna use my water again, just to make sure that it has the mist. Why am I doing this? Because I want to make sure that there's no frizz and it's only curl being defined. Or curly hair has weight, it weighs down. That means it's gonna fall. If I let this blow air dry just like this with water and no product, it's gonna swell up. Why? Because hair needs weight to weigh it down. So if your hair is too big and fluffy and frizzy, you need to use products and more, and you have to be very generous with the products to get the hair to lay back down. So another way of doing that is this. Shake it. When you shake it like this, you're kind of forcing the curls in the waves to kind of come out. So when you see girls flip their hair over and then they're scrunching and scrunching in the movies, I'm doing the same thing with this wig. I'm bending it over and I'm scrunching it up for volume and for curl and wave defining. I'm gonna use the crystal laminate and I'm gonna flip it underneath. I'm gonna spray it underneath the wig. Now listen, I'm gonna be a little bit more generous around that neck dry. It's gonna add a little bit more movement at the bottom of the nape. Because anybody that wear wigs, you know that after time, especially with curly wigs, it has a tendency, if it's not careful, if it's not good hair, it'll start tangling up right up in the neck area. It'll tangle because of sweat. It'll tangle because of your clothes, if it's made out of wool or if you have a scarf on. Perfume, lotions, different things like that will cause a wig to kind of tangle up. So if you spray heavy around the neck area, you'll find that it'll do that less. So that means that you can keep your wig a lot longer. You're keeping your wig longer because you got less hair snapping and less hair tangling. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the Unlock in my hand, and I'm putting like 5 sprays. I prefer to put it in my hands because I want to control. I don't want it all over. I more so want it at the bottom where there is more, where the curl is, where I do not want it to swell up and become real big. So again, where there's more product, the hair becomes heavy. If the hair is heavy, it'll stay flat a lot longer and it won't swell. That's it. I'm gonna let that air dry, and then I'm gonna let you see what it looks like in the morning. I leave my wigs overnight. That is the best way. You can put it under the dryer, but for wavy hair, the best way to get a beautiful wave out of wavy wigs is letting it sit overnight. Okay, so I let the mannequin sit overnight, let the wig sit overnight, and this is the results. I'm just gonna put some crystal laminate on it so the hair can shine, and I'm just gonna squeeze the curls just like that. Whereas I thought it turned out really pretty. Wasn't a lot of work, and this is the results. So I'm pretty pleased with the results, and I know the customer will be pleased with the results. And if you are a wig maker and you want to increase your prices on your wigs, just this portion here that I did, I'm going to charge an additional $85 to $95 on this wig. So it's a great way to increase your profit for your wig.